Fury, the high-speed assassin. This is a dangerous enemy that is characterized by its teleporting attacks and how it forces you to play defensively. It has relatively low HP, but it's probably the enemy you will have the most trouble with if you don't have a plan. Fury uses high-speed movement as a means of defense. If you try to strike at it wildly, you won't hit it since it'll just teleport away. You could even think of this enemy as being immune to damage until you create an opening. And you create an opening by parrying its attacks. When you start dealing damage to a Fury, it only allows a set amount of hits before its defenses kick in and it teleports away. Therefore, it is very important to be conscious of this hit counter and try to strike with attacks that are strong but also have a low amount of hits. Fury only has 4 actions, 3 kinds of teleporting attacks and 1 movement action. You can tell which attack it is doing by how it poses before it disappears. If it's crouching down in a backhand pose with a blade drawn, this is the slide and backhand slash string. If it edge walks forward while drawing its blade, this is the gut stab string. If it crouches down with its hand cocked outwards but no blade draw, this is the combo rush sequence, and you'll need to watch the direction it moves in afterwards to know what comes next. If it jumps over you, falling attacks. If it moves away from you, diving slashes. If it jumps straight up, a combination of the previous 2 in the form of a diagonal falling dive slash. But essentially, if you can become able to identify how each pose looks, you can gain an understanding of what's the timing of the next attack that will come out, so that you can parry it decisively. The main challenges with this enemy are reading its attacks, timing a parry to create an opening for damage, and then if possible killing it without it teleporting away. All of the Fury's attacks can be parried, but since parrying is skill based, there is only so much this video can do to help you, and ultimately you will need to practice this yourself in the void. You can also manipulate the camera to keep the Fury off screen while it is in between attacks, so that it only uses its movement option. This is useful for when you fight multiple Furies at once. Next, I'll talk about some character-specific strategies for engaging a Fury. For Nero, use Shuffle, Pay Line, and Split to parry. You can also use DT activation with parry timing to pop it out of its attack sequence. When you have an opening, use your breakers and attacks like Hardway and Buster to secure damage. Given Nero's moveset, it's hard to kill a Fury in one turn with Nero unless you make use of a break age attack like Super Buster. However, Fury has a special weakness to Ragtime. While it is inside Ragtime spheres, its teleporting attacks don't work, and you can use this to keep the heat on, effectively ignoring its game plan to some extent. You can also use Ragtime's break age, Slow World, to finish the Fury off relatively easily. For Dante, use Ice Age, Revolver, Long Barrel, Revolution, Pole Play, Helmbreaker, and Flint Wheel to parry. When you create a chance to deal damage, use Real Impact or Hard Stuff at a range where the spinning staff doesn't hit. You can also use Percussion while in DT to inflict heavy stun on the Fury. This will free it up to be killed immediately by using multi-hitting power moves like Cavalier's Air Combo B. If the Fury keeps teleporting out of your Percussion, disengage DT right after the move starts so that the DSD Helper Swords don't add more hits to it. For V, it is recommended that you engage Fury with many DT blocks. Pop Devil Trigger if either of the familiars die, and hope Nightmare can land some hits. Try not to let your DT stocks fall below 3 so you can always have DT activation on hand. Overall, prioritize safety, patience, and farming Devil Trigger in this fight. Unfortunately, this is an enemy that makes V feel really gimped. Doesn't help that his familiars feel like they have some delay before attacking, so parrying kinda becomes a challenge. That's probably why no Furies appear in V missions and he can only fight them in the Bloody Palace or in the Void. For Vergil, use Lunar Phase, Rising Dragon, Flush Jumps, Stinger, and Helmbreaker to parry. You can also use SDT activation or Doppelganger activation with parry timing to pop it out of its attack sequence. When you create a chance to deal damage, use Vergil's more powerful attacks like Yamato Combo A while in SDT, Beowulf combos A and B while in SDT, or Vergil super moves. In particular, Mirage Edge's Deep Stinger is a special move that Fury cannot teleport out of once it starts. You can effectively kill them in one action with this. A charged Mirage Edge Overdrive also doesn't let the Fury teleport out of the attack. Try to use it in tandem with SDT and parry timing to inflict heavy stun and then subsequently kill the Fury. Alright, that's it. I hope you learned something in this video. If you want more information on this enemy or more DMC5 guides, check the links in the video description. So what are your preferred ways to engage a Fury? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below. Also, I'll have a DMD Fury kill video as well as some more enemy guides up soon. Be sure to look for those if you're interested. This was BK Brent and Korewa Game de Attemo. Asabi de Wanai. I'll see ya.